Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Di Arrage, educator and all English debate competition. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Firstly, I would like to thank you for your attention today. Even we are in this pandemic situation, I hope we'll keep healthy and keep spirit and always using your masks. Well, my name is Fadya or Annisa, and I'm from Central High School 1, Gedong, Tataan. In here, I'm as an affirmative team, so our motion today is arrange students in classroom based on their intelligence and academic performance rather than on their age. So, student welding is a common practice. In some cases, this grouping has been of positive value. Grouping is usually taken into a consideration by the assumption that a student will develop optimally if given a similar environment of academic competence. It is amplified by another assumption that potentially high students will compete with each other. The competition is positive for stimulating achievement, whilst the student high academic potential mixed with the student's low academic, causing the potentially high academic potential to not grow to the full because the teacher would give a service that could also be understood by the potentially and low potentially students. It's clear from this view that school applying students grouping based on the academic ability make it easier for teacher to do learning that conforms to the student's context. To smart students, teacher do higher learning, and to other classes, teacher will do different methods according to the characteristic of their students. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that smarter grouping of students make the students more competent. For good or bad, the child attitudes is based on their environment. I believe that the majority of students with low academics have a trait that's a little out of the control. If those high academic and low students are put together within the classroom, then what happens if the lack of balance in the class? If the majority is high, the students who are in academically low, they are likely to follow the higher academic students. Imagine otherwise. Will Indonesia lose an honor students? Because they are not placed in their proper environment. Based on the fact, according to Professor Leivila Lirajo, physicist at the University of UKSEV, children with bright brains need special attention so they can develop their talents. From the instead of the degrading students who is inferior. Well, for that, I will provide some solution so that students who has high academically and low academically can become balanced, so that there will be no social jealousy. First, there was an interesting school event with the concept of unifying the whole class without social inequality, so that students from unexcellent classes could blend in with the excellent classes. And for the second, emphasize teacher to teach the same material, while on excellent classes can do lessons that are not dull and avoid teacher who teach with high notes and shout, so that interest in learning from students who are not of the upper classes can compensate the higher class. Ladies and gentlemen, Based on the argument and data that I mentioned, I agree. If school will arrange students in classroom based on their intelligence and academic, because the environment affects the students' academical potential. That's for me. I'm Fadya. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.